Morning everybody. Now today is Friday the 23rd of August 2024 and it's absolutely blowing a gale, and at least it's not raining at the moment, and I've got my winter coat on and it's freezing. We've got a bit of a problem because today I'm not going to work. I'm going to Old Trafford. No, not that one I go to every other week where they play the football. The one across the road where they play the cricket. So, you look at that sky. There is a little bit of blue there, but it's not the weather for cricket really. Oh, can't believe it. My wife bought me this day at cricket for my birthday back in February. And I've been so excited for this game. England are playing Sri Lanka. But the last time I went to Old Trafford cricket was the year after I left school. 1984. And my dad woke me up as if we were going to work. And he says, "Don't put your work gear on today, son. We're not going to work." I think it was a Thursday. And he said, "We're going to Old Trafford to watch the cricket." And England were playing the West Indies, who were one of the best teams in the world at that time. They had players like Gordon Greenwich, Viv Richards, Joe Garner, Clive Lloyd. They were amazing. And England had Gattin, Lamb, Gower, Botham, Willis. I remember being so excited that I was going to see all my cricketing heroes. Johnny Bairstow's dad, David Bairstow, was also playing, if I remember, wicket keeping, because when I played cricket I was a wicket keeper, and he and both of them let me down. Well, Viv Richards didn't. Viv Richards was amazing. He got something like 160 odd, which I don't know if that's still a record. And he got 2 wickets as well, and he got player of the game. He was absolutely amazing. And England got beat by something like 104, 105 runs. Got absolutely annihilated. But at the moment, England are batting against Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got 236 all out, did they get? And England about 23 in front now. So De Silva top scored for Sri Lanka. He got 74, was it? And I think Smith's not far behind him if he's not already 74. So we get to see a little bit of England batting because we've not got much left after these two are out. And but then we get to see the bowlers bowling at Sri Lanka. So let's get little Rosie out, and then we're going over there, where the big black clouds are, to the Emirates Old Trafford to see England against Sri Lanka in a test match. But before we go to the cricket, it's time to fuel up at our local cafe, Griff's on the Green, where Charlotte had a standard breakfast with a tea and I had a large breakfast with a latte. Now we've just driven to our local train station, which is Hattersley, so we've got to get a train from Hattersley through to Piccadilly and then get a tram from Piccadilly to the ground, and it literally stops right outside the ground. So at stumps yesterday, Sri Lanka had made 236 all out in their first innings, and England were 259 for 6, with Smith on 72 not out and Atkinson on 4 not out. Storm Lillian had brought 70-mile-an-hour winds to the northwest of England last night, so this morning it was quite breezy, but at least it wasn't raining and looked like it was going to be a good day. At 24, Jamie Smith became the youngest English wicketkeeper to post a Test ton, taking Lee Ames' 94-year-old record as he converted his overnight 72 into an unbeaten 100. His 100 not out came in just his 5th innings for England, which he achieved in just facing 136 balls. In the 76th over, this happened. After an umpire's review, it was found that Gus Atkinson was caught behind by Dinesh Chandimal for 20. And in the 79th over, Chandimal, the wicket-keeper, was at it again and made this brilliant catch. So that was the end of Smith, and he was out, caught behind for 111. England are now 315 for 8. In the 82nd over, Mark Wood smashed one straight into the crowd. Turned out it was a huge 6, and a guy in the crowd had caught the ball with a beer in one hand and the ball in the other. What a catch.
3 hours in support. 3 hours in support.
In the 82nd over, after Wood had been smashing the ball around the ground, Fernando did this and clean bowled Wood for 22. Last man in for England, Shoaib Bashir. In the 85th over, Potts turned into Joe Root and did this shot. And the very next ball from Fernando, Potts did this. So Potts was caught by Mendes out in the deep for 17. So England were all out in the 85th over for 358, which means England have a lead of 122 runs. So Smith top scored for England on 111 off 184 balls. Then came Harry Brook, who got 56 off 73 balls. Then Joe Root got 42 off 57 balls. So, not a bad knock for England. Let's see now if they can get Sri Lanka bowled out very cheaply so they don't have to bat again, or they don't have to bat for long. Because you could never trust this Manchester weather. Even though it was close to 1 o'clock when England were all out, it was at 12:52 to be precise. England will now have about 3 overs to bowl at Sri Lanka before lunch. So anything can happen in this 3 overs. So the wicket's being prepared for England. So let's see what happens before the lunch break. So the umpires and the players are on the field. All we need to do now is get rid of the heavy roller and we can start these 3 overs before lunch. So on the 3rd ball of the Sri Lankan 2nd innings, Chris Wokes produced this. So Madushka was out for 0 after just facing 3 balls. Batting at number 3 is Mendes. And on the 4th ball of Atkinson's over, he wasn't going to be outdone by Wokes. So Smith wasn't out of the action long, taking a nice catch down to his right. So Kasala was also out for 0. So in their 2nd innings, Sri Lanka were already 2 for 1 off the 2nd over. In at 4 is Matthews. So after 3 explosive overs by England, it's time for lunch. I bet Sri Lanka are glad it's lunchtime, and so am I. So it's now time to get something to eat. So at lunch, Sri Lanka were 10 for 2 or 3 overs. Wokes was 1 for 6 and Atkinson was 1 for 4.
To resume for Sri Lanka, David Kudaratne on 4, Angelo Matthews on 6.
Now here they come for the afternoon session, England taking to the field first. Let's hope they can blow away Sri Lanka, because we never know what's going to happen with this Manchester weather. It has forecast a strange day for tomorrow and for Sunday. So come on England, let's get on with it and let's get out Sri Lanka. So England have decided to open up with slow bowling after lunch with Bashir, and the first ball is smashed for a 4. So maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe we should get the quicks back on pretty damn quick. In the 4th over with Karunaratne on 9, this happened. It seems the umpire has given it not out, too high, so England have reviewed.
Chris standing by for ball tracker. Ball tracker coming up now. The original decision is not out. The ball is pitching in line, the impact is in line, and wickets missing. Chris, stay with your original decision, stand by.
So it turns out the umpire was correct and the ball was too high and missing the stumps. We then had a change in bowling. Wood on the 13th over with his first ball did this, and Karunaratne was out for 27, bowled Wood, caught Harry Brook in the slips. My wife then vanished to go and get her 6th pint of cider and came back with this, a £6 ice cream. It was very delicious, but not worth £6. In a 25th over, Potts bowled this to De Silva. The decision given by the umpire was out, but De Silva reviewed.
Original decision is out. Ball pitching outside of the impact is in line. Wickets hitting.
So that's the end of the afternoon session, so that means it's tea time, so more time to eat. At tea, Sri Lanka are 107 for 4 off 30 overs, Matthews has 48 and Mendes has 6, and Wokes, Wood, Atkinson and Potts all have 1 wicket each. I still can't believe how well the weather has been today, especially after this morning when we had that storm. Now the umpires and the players are returning to the field of play after tea for the final session, the evening session. So come on England, let's get some more wickets and keep these runs down to make it easier for us over the next couple of days. In a 30th over, Angelo Matthews got his 42nd Test match 50. Now this is the 35th over with Bashir bowling to Kamindu, with Sri Lanka leading by 1. And I've never seen this in any cricket where they didn't give it out because the wicket-keeper's gloves were deemed to be in front of the wickets, so they gave it a no ball. Strange. In the 45th over, with Sri Lanka leading by 35, Potts bowled to Matthews, and Joe Root dropped it. And then he pots his next over. In the 50th over, Wokes bowled to Matthews on 65. In the same over, Wokes then bowled this. He was given out on field, but the third umpire had other ideas.
Take it back out for me, and slowly in, slowly, and freeze. Yeah, I've got bat involved. So back to Chris on field. Chris, you have to influence your original decision.
In the 52nd over, it was Wokes again. But after another Sri Lankan review, we get the same decision.
And in. And freeze right there. Have a inside edge.
In the 53rd over, Wood bowled to Kamindu Mendes, who simply smashed him for 4 and got his 50.
Kamindu Mendes 50, 140 minutes, 95 balls, 5 fours and 1 6.
In the 55th over, Joe Root came into the attack, and with his first ball, he did this.
I was saying that 2 hours ago. Oh, that's the good
And that's stumps and the end of play. So Sri Lanka are on 204 for 6 off 60 overs. They have a lead over England of 82 runs. So that's the end of day 3. Hopefully day 4 will see England go on to victory. Good morning everybody, and what a beautiful morning it is. So today is Sunday the 25th of August, and it should be the last day of the test match at Old Trafford, but it finished late last night and England won, not easily, but they did win by 5 wickets. Sri Lanka finished with 326 all out in their second innings. Kamindu Mendes top scored with 113 off 183 balls. In reply, England were 205 for 5 in their second innings, and Joe Root top scored with 62 not out, so England won by 5 wickets. But I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank my wife Charlotte for an amazing birthday present and an absolutely fantastic day out with her. Just loved every second of it. Anyway, hopefully you've liked the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.